Charlotte on PvE is a huge advantage play. That is why we're starting things off of me showcasing Charlotte, of course. Now, straight off the bat, by working on her HP, as you saw right there, we scaled off it and we managed to... I'm trying to get the 100k HP. Got to invest into some LR stones, but straight off the bat with a green mono team, obviously global. I mean, to be fair, if I'm being completely honest, the minute Charlotte drops global, green mono is in full effect. I mean, realistically, I mean, what teams can you guys run? Because final will be out later, of course, but realistically, I mean, to be honest, you could probably do Radis for the tank. You've got Charlotte, who's going to be playing that supportive role. You've got Real, debuffer, and then that final slot, throw in Real. I'm not Real. Lich. Lich, Ryan. You know, you've got some good offensive characters for green mono already. So with Charlotte coming in, she is, in my opinion, that unit that will kick off the green mono, as she is just that broken of a character. And so looking at it in a PvE perspective, she is just in general a character that can be used in multiple to most situations with raids events. That's how much of a crazy character she is, and how much of a character that I would say is highly desirable and needed. I'm gonna go do the boss raid now. As you guys can see with the characters, I've kind of made it so that, you know, I'm specifically working towards what global will have access to when Charlotte does release. So keeping it as it is, of course. I was gonna put in Lich, but you know, Raya is just a very good boss attacker. In situations, if I need to go AoE down that AoE route, then I will throw in Lich, of course. But anyway, you'll see the power of Charlotte and how she will work, of course. So, I mean, you've got your characters doing their individual role. It's just crazy to think on the economy that she has with the SP, along with like the defensive play that she can apply. It really is up there of just being one of the best. So obviously we'll drop the ult here for my boy Raya. He's got the full-on protection, so if all else fails between the other two characters, Raya will more than likely will be the last unit standing, because again, the consistency of support and protection that Charlotte does provide for your highest all-attacking unit. You've always got, as you can see right there, I've always got that consistency of that 69k barrier always being applied. And if you've got more continuous support in terms of with me having Mimosa and Radis, my attacking unit is not going anywhere. They are not going anywhere. Of course, if you've got a good ass tank, and Radis is honestly a picture perfect tank, you could also compare, you can, if you want to, you can pair up Charlotte and Radis together and make good use of actually giving himself barrier. Well, then again, you realistically want to utilize his Charlotte's ultimate, so that way you've got the extension, right? And plus, you can also apply more barrier to the highest attacking unit, so maybe that's not the case. But yeah, no, in terms of just, you know, also having a healer, this Mimosa is still as good. She is a day one unit, so right there, 91k. Look at that play, look at that play. You gotta knock it. Raya is not going anywhere. He is there for the long haul. So if you can build a tanky Charlotte, which is what I would recommend and highly suggest, the outcome is going to be absolutely beautiful. And again, how, okay, there we go. So we just took damage, that's fine. So again, with the team combination, we have huge amount of survivability. We've got a high amount of damage. Charlotte comes in play, protects Raya straight off the bat, gives him the SP so he gets his ultimate. Gotta love that SP economy. You got Radis giving up that defense buff. There we go, absolutely beautiful. And then heal does his damage. We eat it up, pulling taunt, and then at that point, ladies and gentlemen, it just makes life a lot easier to what Charlotte is bringing to the table with like some of these PvE content. Of course, green mono, we know that's going to be a huge play come to global. But as I said, with Charlotte, it's not just the green mono that she's going to be elevating in being meta, if I'm being completely honest. But you also got to realize that she is absolutely supporting any highest attacking unit. So in situations like this, obviously we want to keep our highest attacking unit longer to kind of, well, to be fair, survive out of everyone else. And so with that, she is catering just for Magna in this situation. So barriers up, the SP economy is there. We've got characters that are going to be buffing him, but that's fine if they drop off. As long as they buff him to the point where we're getting enough damage going, buffs are being applied, that's fine. But she will stay beside him to provide him that survivability, and that's the key thing, and that's what we really need, and that is the biggest play about Charlotte. Yes, she's coming in supporting the green typing, but when it comes to just in general supporting that highest attacking unit, she is there beside them. And that is exactly why I would say, you know, with Charlotte, you need that. So obviously, with the barrier player, the consistency of that, because you've got to keep in mind, as I said, you know, highest attacking units, certain characters are, well, just in general, are kind of flimsy, right? They're very easy to kind of get picked off from. So to have Charlotte playing that role of, you know, I guess of a protector, it's exactly what you need. So right now Magna, he is going to be putting in the finest of work, getting a bit of damage off. The consistency of the SP economy that we are going to be giving back to him in order to actually get the consistency of attack going on is going to be beautiful. The burns are always going to be activated, so he can feed off from that. In situations like these, of course, you know, I always forget the cooldown, yes. We can save this, because you've got to also keep in mind, we also have the SP economy from the first skill, which will be absolutely beautiful, because it'll always cater to Magna, but give him the buff, and that way we have the second skill, which will give us that +3, so that way we're kind of, you know, making good use of the amount of SP that we can actually provide Magna in a more consistent manner. So this is why when it comes to Charlotte, she's the bigger unit out of the two. I just realized I'm using Magna here. Well, hey, why not? You know, both of these units are going to be coming into play together, so might as well use them as a power. Not a couple. I was about to say power couple, but that ain't Yami. What am I on about? Wait, yeah, pause. But anyway, we're gonna just keep it going. But you guys are seeing how effective and how broken and how meta and how, you know, OP that Charlotte is, and how much of a big play of a unit that she'll play through just again in PvE, in multiple raids, in multiple situations. And that's exactly what you need. And this is exactly why I say, please, for the love of God, focus on getting your Charlotte. All right, she is going to be that #1 character to get. So Magna once again is at the ready. Again, as an attacking unit, he is still here for the long haul. Yes, I've got my Sally and Finral there, but again, if things go south and they drop, that's absolutely fine. As long as Charlotte and Magna are up and standing and running, and I can still get that consistency of damage going on, that's it. We just need Magna to be there, to be honest. Now, again, I could use the second skill right there to cater to the other two characters, which maybe I should have. But in terms of just making sure that my Magna is ready to rock and roll, I'm just saving it for him. So obviously we're back at square one. Sally herself, I'm not gonna lie, the life steal from Sally is also pretty nice, but you guys are seeing on how effective and how broken this Charlotte is. And this is kind of why, when it came to me talking about duping them out, when it came to me speaking about getting which character for free, I'm always going to cater and big up Charlotte, because she is just that better character in terms of her usability throughout the entire game of Black Clover Mobile, compared to Magna, that is. So we're just going to keep it going, get the damage going, high amount of damage, absolutely beautiful. Again, oh, now this is where things get, actually no, I was considering doing the combination skill there, but again, no need to. So I do love the fact that she's got that +1 SP on the first skill, and then obviously +2 if you have a Grey Maw, +3 on the second skill. It just makes us, to add that in, just makes it beautiful of how broken a character she is. You can eat this up. Oh, we eating those up. Survivability. We ain't going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. Hit me with your best shot, because before Charlotte leaves, before it's oh well, there we go, we're ready to rock and roll. We are ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. And boom, beautiful. Did we get an extra turn? Come on, come on, you guys, really? And now Charlotte is gone, but that's fine. We did what we needed to do. It's kind of picture perfect. We did what we needed to do, and she did her role, and Magna is still here, throwing in that last bit of hits. What more could you ask for? Get those burns, get that consistent burns. And this is what I mean about how easily the attacking units are so goddamn flimsy. Oh god. So that is a big role on why you need Charlotte. I guess in a situation like this, again, you can always mix it up. You know, in this case, Asta's now the highest attacking unit, and so supporting him, that is even more of a threat. You know, by activating Witch Queen, she's got that barrier, so it's kind of like that safety net. So not only does he have the immortality, well no, he doesn't have the immortality play because there's not a full red mono team, but I mean, you guys get the idea. Having that barrier there just kind of protect him, unless you dispel it. But regardless, which Yami does, by the way, but you guys get the idea on how you can kind of mix and match changes up in terms of on who Charlotte can kind of work well. To be fair, Charlotte can work with anyone at this point. She's just that great of a character. But as I've stated beforehand, you know, Charlotte to me is by far one of the best support characters in the game. Like top tier, the best, #1. You need her. Global, you need her. So please, please, please cater to getting her. Again, if you're able to get her to LR+2, as I've said, please try your best. Obviously get that Greymore going into that where you can actually get the best of that second skill possible. But the LR+2, again, realistically, it's just, it makes her so that she's viable with any other character, not just green mono. That LR+2 opens her up with multiple team combinations. That's why I say get her to LR+2 at the bare minimum, because at that point it's free reigns on who Charlotte can work with, and that's exactly what you want to get the best for her. If you can get Charlotte LR+2 with Greymore, you are chilling. You are good to go. I mean, if you get extras, that's fine, but at that point, that is pretty much, you're done. But at the very least, if you can get the initial copy with the Greymore, you're still in an amazing position. And then at that point, you can still have fun with green mono. You can't, I mean, it'll be difficult with the full reigns, because of course you won't have that consistent barrier play for the other typings without the LR+2, but that's where the dupe stones come in if you want to invest, you know. But hopefully you guys get lucky with RNG. But anyway, that is pretty much all I wanted to kind of mention and show you guys why Global needs Charlotte.